Today we're taking a look at the Maxboost extendable arm car mount. This is a car mount for your cell phone. I picked up a couple different ones recently because I really wanted a car mount to get my cell phone out of my hand, to be honest with you. I didn't want to be one of those people who's using his cell phone as he drives down the road. And I actually picked up a couple of these thinking that, one for me, one for my wife. And this one wasn't bad, but it's actually not the one I ended up going with. And I'll kind of talk about that a little bit here in a minute. Now, overall though, the construction of this device is very nice. I'm gonna do a little unboxing right now. I've already used it, so we'll talk a little bit about my experience with it. But first, before we get into the unboxing, do me a huge favor. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It really does help us because it lets YouTube know you enjoy what we do here. And hopefully we can help you break free from the high cost of bad products and help you buy the one that's right for you. So keep that in mind. So let's dive in here and take a look at everything that comes with it. So you got the base mount here. This is what attaches to your dashboard or your windshield. It is a very nice little device, and it's pretty decent strength. So you can position it however you want and then really crank down on these arms to get the angle the way you want it. And there's a couple different ways. You can actually set it up to be mounted on your dashboard this way, or on your dashboard, or on your windshield. So there's many different areas. I know in some states they're banning these on windshields and you're forced to put them on your dashboard. This does have a standard suction cup, but not only that, it's already preloaded with a sticky gel. So it's a suction cup plus a sticky gel, which worked really well. But what I also picked up was this little, I don't even know how you say that, but it's a dashboard pad. I don't know how you say the brand. If you can tell me how you say that brand, please let me know. But this little dashboard pad here kind of makes sticking on it, gives you a little bit more of a flat, smooth surface to stick this on. Now overall, you're meant to loosen this and then you kind of, there you go, you push it until it snaps and then you tighten the screw back here. And the looser the screw is, the looser the case is, so you can position it. And once you find kind of the angle and everything for yourself, tighten that little screw up there and you can set yourself up. So overall, I've been pretty happy with this, but it doesn't do a very good job. I have a Pixel 4 XL here. The thing I struggled with a little bit was getting my phone into this device. It just didn't quite want to go all the ways. You hold this button to get it to extend, and there it goes. It just felt a little top heavy for mine, and that was one of my big problems with it. You can get an idea of how far up the device sticks here. Now my wife has a standard Pixel, not the XL, and that seems to do a lot better with this. Overall it's fine, but over time I found this was a little top heavy, making the device more likely to fall. The other thing I found is, I don't know if this is mine, but the release button here is very slow. And you have to kind of shove it in there to lock it. So a lot more manual work with it, but of the ones like this I've tested, this was one of the better ones. I kind of wish they would make an oversized version of this a little bit more for people who buy like the Pixel 4 XL or the larger iPhones, and then put a big heavy case. As you can see, I have a rather hefty case on this to help protect the phone. The downside to that is makes a lot of these stands not nearly as nice. Now, the one thing I will say is the suction cup on this is one of the better ones I've tried. I've picked up a few of these over the years as I've moved from car to car. Now, again with this, there's a few things. Number one is it sticks up kind of high. Put it on your dashboard, this will block a significant chunk of your view, depending on what kind of car or vehicle you have. Two, this suction cup is meant to be a one-time installation. You're not able to say, oh, I'm gonna put it here, and then I'm gonna take it off when I'm not using it and put it back up when I want it. The stickiness of the suction cup really wears off quick. Just kind of positioning it to find the right spot where it's like, okay, I'm gonna have it here. That really wasn't the spot. I wanna move it over here. After doing that a few times, I quickly found myself in a position where the suction cup wasn't really holding on like it used to. That's a little bit on me though, for putting this up and not really thinking first in detail about the best location for it and having a proper location. So really, if you buy this or any device like this, do take your time to stand there and look at it and say, okay, I really want this here because this is how my natural workflow will happen. Now, if you set it up kind of like I did here, kind of lean it back, it will kind of freestand on its own for a bit. Now you don't want to drive around like that, but that does give you an opportunity maybe to play with it a little bit, have somebody hold it as you kind of reach for it, touch it, kind of manipulate it to find the right spot. So keep that in mind. But overall, if you really want a vertical stand, I know a lot of people would like the horizontal ones. I've reviewed those before. This is a nice vertical one. And I know you're in a state where, for instance, you can't have a windshield mounted one. They outlaw those, a few states have, and you have to mount this to your dashboard. This is not a bad option for that, so keep that in mind. But if you have any questions on this, let me know. I'm gonna give this 1.5 thumbs up. I wanted to give it 1, but I will say it's actually good quality compared to the others. The problem I think this has is what many of the devices have out there, is that when you get the really big phones, they struggle to hold them because they get so top heavy that, you know, the phone itself is heavy and it kind of pulls on this and wanes on it. The thing I will say I do like about this is the ability to extend the arm here to get it a little closer to you. I drive an SUV, so having this with a little bit of range is nice, but it's not huge, and the farther out you go with a heavier phone makes it a little less stable. Though I will say these lockers, even though they're plastic, do a really good job of holding its position. Some of these I've had where just over time they just start sliding back in, or this thing starts collapsing down all the time because of the weight. This did a pretty good job holding up. The issue is the suction cup a little bit there. So make sure you clean your car's dashboard before you install that. Questions, comments, let me know. Overall, very happy with this as a device. You know, a lot of this is going to come down to personal experience. Is this the type of device you want to have in your car? Does this fit your need? I know not everybody buys a massive cell phone and then puts a big case on it. So maybe I'm a little on the outside there, kind of an outlier, and that average size phone users, average iPhones, average Pixels with a standard size case on it may just be perfect for this. You let me know if you use this. Well, if you're new here, hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up. It really does help us. Hopefully we've helped you. I will put a link to this down in the show notes. I'd love to hear from you. Thanks for watching. Thanks for your support. I'll be back before you know it.